What's up, YouTube? This is JP Panther back with a video. And today's video is actually a Spider-Man box office update video. Again, today I'm not going to do the box office weekend updates. I'm probably going to do that when Spider-Man No Way Home comes out, and I'll do a whole entire box office opening like video and stuff like that. But I do want to talk about this because everybody else was talking about this like 5-6 days ago, and again, I've been very busy. Plus, I haven't had any MCU Marvel content in here for like a long time, so I feel like it's very necessary. So I will link the articles in the description box down below so you guys can check it out. So this is coming from like Box Office Pro. Spider-Man's killing it right now. I guess you guys kind of already know. You probably saw a bunch of YouTube videos and on the news how it's breaking all these records, stuff like that. I personally got my tickets. I'm going to be letting you guys know. And if you guys want to see the movie, just wait till like a second week or third week before, just so everything can calm down, and then go see it. But Spider-Man, I told you guys before, I said it's going to be Demon Slayer and Spider-Man that are going to save movie theaters in the box office and stuff like that. And they're already predicting this movie, at least Spider-Man. West Side is kind of like 14, 22 million, stuff like that, blah, blah. Like, Matrix, they're projecting the 35 to 50 million. The Kingsman, 10 million to 15 million. But Spider-Man No Way Home, this is what we got to talk about. Well, also like Sing 2. I didn't even know that movie's coming out. American Underdog, the Kurt Warner story. I don't know what that is. A Journal for Jordan, whatever. But Spider-Man, out of all these movies that are coming out, Spider-Man No Way Home domestically, I don't know about internationally, it's projected to open to 190 million to 250 million domestically. That is crazy, man. I told you, man, it's going to hit $1 billion, man. It's going to be $1 billion movies, especially if Tobey and Garfield and they're all in those movies, and in this movie, it's going to guarantee to be $1 billion movie. But I told you guys before, even if it hits $1 billion, it doesn't help Disney because Disney only gets like 5% of the opening weekend box office. So it really doesn't really help Disney at all. It doesn't help their bottom line. But Sony will get all the paper. You know what I mean? Like I told you before, Sony was smart, man, to just get years ago, right? They had a choice between buying all these Marvel characters or just getting one. And they're like, nah, we're only getting Spider-Man because they did not want to deal with all these other characters. They only bought them for like 5 or 10. These ones bought them for like 10 million or whatever it is when Marvel was bankrupt. And it just shows you with these numbers. Disney's never going to get Spider-Man back. I mean, it's going to be a Sony-owned property. And also, they just dropped another, I don't know if you guys saw on YouTube. I saw it last night. And I think it was trending as well. I'm not sure. You guys can let me know. But Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, they showed you a sneak peek of it or a clip of it on YouTube. And Morbius, you got like a special look and stuff like that. So it's a big deal. And also other things as well, like people were fighting in Mexico over cutting lines over the Spider-Man tickets and stuff like that. And there's another article from Deadline. This was like today, right? Spider-Man No Way Home waves breaking pre-sales overseas, sets 24 million benchmark in several key markets, and it tells you the key markets, stuff like that. Again, I will link it so you guys can read about it. But dude, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy how Spider-Man and Demon Slayer are the ones that are gonna do it, because you realize Demon Slayer, the Red Light District arc just came out. I'll probably do a review on it tomorrow or Tuesday or stuff like that, but I don't feel like doing a whole episode review about it today. I'd rather do it like later on, because everyone else is doing it right now and I don't feel like doing it right now and I'm not in the mood. But in Spider-Man American comic book as well. But you gotta have a Japanese comic book and American comic book saving the box office. It's insane, man. And I'm very proud of Spider-Man. I'm proud of Tom Holland because he's not saying no dumb crap at all. They're just talking, even Jamie Foxx and Willem Dafoe and all of them, they're just talking about the characters, the movie, and they're not trying to stick with no political social justice warrior stuff, right? Because the problem is you had all these Marvel movies, not even Marvel movies, just movies in general, and they're not making money like that. And the problem is the media and all these other people, they have been very biased towards it. Like, they can't be objective and be like, listen, these movies are a bomb. Oh, well, it's a pre-pandemic number. No. Every movie should be making Spider-Man kind of numbers. And I get it. It's Spider-Man. He's the most popular character and one of the most popular characters in Marvel. You feel me? But at the end of the day, you can't tell me these movies can't even do close to that. Because, like, we shouldn't hear, oh, Spider-Man's breaking pre-ticket sales. And if you've been paying attention for the whole entire year, or even last year, how they just been trying to give these movies an excuse, saying, oh, it's the COVID numbers, and Eternals is at 300, I think it's about to be 400 million. I think it's at 384 million. Black Widow is at 390 or 80 million, whatever. Shang-Chi did like 431 million. But these movies should be making like 700, 800 million average. I don't care there's a global pandemic. Demon Slayer made $10 billion. Franchise-wise, so wait till they put out their numbers and stuff like that. Like, it made over $10 billion during the whole 18 or 20 months during the lockdowns. So I don't want to hear this crap. And the Marvel TV shows just haven't been hitting like that. You know, Wanda, Loki, What If, Falcon Winter Soldier. They've all lost to us anime, you know, and I discussed all that. Hawkeye, even their viewership is not... is like 40% lower than Loki's. But like, even for example, like even with like something like with Hawkeye, I watched Hawkeye. I haven't done a review about it. I don't feel like doing a review on it. But Hawkeye is enjoyable right now. I think the problem with Hawkeye is that it's coming after the heels of Eternals. You know what I mean? Eternals is bombing, and it's not very, very mixed with a lot of people. So you had one movie that was mediocre, Black Widow. Then you have Shang-Chi, which I enjoy, but it's still a flop, whatever it is, because even though it made like $30 million in profit, the other Disney movies didn't make the same money, so it's technically a flop compared to if you're adding up all the movies that came out, Disney put out and stuff like that. Then you have Eternals, which is a guaranteed flop. So it's coming after a mixed bag. So that's the problem with Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye would have been fine if you would have dropped it last year when everyone's locked up in their house, but that's a whole nother conversation. But with Spider-Man, I'm very, very proud of it, man. It's like, it's doing really well, breaking all these records. And this was during the pandemic. That's why I'm giving it a lot of credit. We got to give Spider-Man credit. And I do feel like a lot of people on social media, or at least the super woke Twitter crowd, whatever it is, I think they're gonna be mad because they're like, oh well, it's because of a straight white male, people don't want to see diversity, representation. Not even that, it's just the movies that are out are not good. That's simple. Like, there's nothing, like, if it's diversity representation, like Black Panther, where it's cool, badass, and authentic, cool. But like Eternals, we talk about how the way they market these movies, stuff like that. If you go on YouTube right now, look at how Tom Holland's promoting these movies, or just the cast in general, and go on YouTube and look at how Scarlett Johansson promote the movie, Simu, the Eternals cast. Look at how they promoted the movie compared to Tom Holland. Because Tom Holland is not messing up the paper like that. He's like, I'm definitely not messing up this bag. So he's not trying to say any political crap. And also, we could tell it's true because Spider-Man also got and I didn't do a video about this. Spider-Man also got a China release, a secure China release. So China don't care about any of these Marvel movies or whatever it is, or TV shows, but they care about Spider-Man. Even they're a communist nation, and, you know, they're horrible as hell and all that. But even they know that Spider-Man makes in the bread, so they could put their BS aside. But again, that's one Marvel movie during the pandemic with China. It's just what it is. So it's going to get a higher box office a lot faster. Even though they only get 25% of the thing, they just want it because it looks good, and they even get a quarter of it. I'm just telling you how business is when it comes to China, stuff like that. So it's going to hit $1 billion a lot faster with China, with a China release. So that's the whole big thing with that. Tell me what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace, and have a great day, and take care.